Welcome back to Bizarrely Brilliant, the home of chilling true crime stories and other random bits of knowledge. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update from us. Today, we're diving deep into the dark world of one of America's most notorious serial killers, John Wayne Gacy, also known as the Killer Clown. This is not for the faint-hearted, so viewer discretion is advised. We've compiled 5 of the creepiest facts about Gacy that will send chills down your spine. From his double life as a respected community member to his horrifying clown persona, we're uncovering the grim truth behind the painted smile. So, are you ready to step into the shadows and uncover the haunting reality of the Killer Clown? Let's get started. John Wayne Gacy, who was born on March 17, 1942, and his parents and 2 sisters lived in Chicago, Illinois. A violent upbringing shaped the future serial killer. Gacy's alcoholic father was not a fan of his son's hobbies, which included gardening and baking. His father would beat him with a broomstick, a razor strop, and a leather belt. Because of a congenital cardiac defect, Gacy frequently passed out. Later, he reflected on the time he spent in hospitals as a result of these episodes, which spanned his teenage years from 14 to 18. His father blamed Gacy for staging the power outages to get attention. Karen, the serial killer's younger sister, revealed, "My father on many occasions would call John a sissy," in an interview with Oprah Winfrey. "He wasn't exactly a merry drunk. We had to be on our guard at all times because he could become a vicious drunk." Furthermore, she said, John felt like he never lived up to Dad's expectations, and this went all the way into his adulthood. Later, in 1975, Gacy became a member of the Jolly Joker clown cult. As Pogo the Clown, he frequently entertained kids at the local hospital and at community fundraisers. The evil serial killer eventually entered politics and was honored as JC, Junior Chamber of Commerce, Man of the Year. When Rosalind Carter, wife of President Jimmy Carter, visited Chicago in 1978, he was there to show her around. Gacy created a new identity that allowed him to blend into his neighborhood and remain a terrifying threat for decades. Criminal justice expert and Illinois State University professor Dr. Jeffrey Walsh had this to say: "Serial killers tend to blend in with society relatively efficiently. That's another thing that disturbs people. We assume they look different from us, or that we wouldn't recognize them because of the horrific things they do. Many of them, in fact, lead normal lives and are invisible to the untrained eye because they are so adept at blending in." The Alcatraz East Crime Museum in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, has put Gacy's clown outfit on display. A high price tag is often attached to murderabilia among collectors. Paintings by the same hands that murdered Gacy's victims fetch upwards of $10,000 at auction. The serial killer produced many paintings of his alter persona, Pogo the Clown, while incarcerated. He signed his name on the back of one painting, "Enjoy the painting as much as I enjoyed doing it, J.W. Gacy." The 2017 film adaptation of It by Stephen King sparked renewed interest in the artwork. "This is certainly an interesting subject that has been fascinating to catalog," remarked a representative from Mullock's Auctioneers, who sold one of Gacy's paintings. "There are people across the world who collect this stuff, and we do understand that this is a delicate matter." In March 1980, Gacy was found guilty of 33 counts of murder and sentenced to death. He was transferred to the Menard Correctional Center in Chester, Illinois, where he spent the next 14 years on death row. Despite his violent crimes, the security surrounding Gacy over those years was so relaxed that his fellow inmates started a petition. Gacy had become the handyman of the prison and was allowed to carry sharp tools for maintenance work. The worried inmates penned the 2-page complaint and raised their concerns that the serial killer was in possession of 2 putty knives, both sharpened, one 7.6 centimeter or 3 inches wide, and the other 15.2 centimeter or 6 inches wide. Corrections Department spokesman Nick Howell argued, "A few months ago, some of the inmates tore up the visiting room pretty good. Gacy went in and cleaned that stuff up. That is an area we do not want to send other non-condemned inmates into, and we don't like to send tradesmen in there either. On May 10, 1994, Gacy was executed at Stateville Correctional Center by lethal injection. The execution was delayed by about 18 minutes as the lethal chemicals had begun to gel and would not flow through the delivery tube. However, at 12:58 a.m., the serial killer was pronounced dead. Despite overwhelming evidence of his guilt, Gacy still proclaimed his innocence. Several supporters believed that he should not be executed for his crimes. Jay Miller of the American Civil Liberties Union said, "It's an American tragedy that we're doing this. No matter what that person did, we're setting a terrible example that human life is really not worth it." For his last meal, Gacy requested Kentucky Fried Chicken, fried shrimp, French fries, and fresh strawberries. His final words before his execution: "Kiss my ass." The cold killer will always be remembered as one of the most twisted serial killers of all times. Well, those were some truly chilling facts about John Wayne Gacy, weren't they? It's hard to believe that such a seemingly ordinary man could harbor such dark secrets. But that's the reality of the world we live in. Sometimes, the monsters are hiding in plain sight. If you found this video intriguing and want to dive deeper into the world of true crime, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. We've got plenty more chilling stories to share with you. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow true crime enthusiasts. Your support helps us continue to bring you more content like this. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more we know about these dark aspects of humanity, the better we can understand and prevent them. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, stay brilliant.